emigration from countries which are in conflict, which are basically fragile and failing states. And what should we do there? And in Exodus, I have two proposals. One you'll all like, and one you'll all hate. And the one you'll all like is that we must have generous asylum. Countries that are in the throes of conflict and violence, it's a vital matter that people can get out and be kept safe. And so we need a more generous policy towards asylum. And let me close with a bit you'll all hate. But I see it all the time because a lot of my work is with the governments of post-conflict societies. And their desperate problem is how do they get their skilled people back? And the skilled people are the ones who've left. Of course, the poorest people in conflict zones, they don't come to high-income countries. They stagger across the border into a refugee camp. It's the elites that are able to get out to the high-income countries. And that's fine. It preserves them. It gives them a chance to accumulate human capital. But then, post-conflict, those elites face a coordination problem. Their governments say to them, please come back. And going back is a scary proposition. I wouldn't be surprised if there are plenty of you in the audience with just that dilemma. But it is a coordination problem. It's a whole lot less scary if a lot of people go back together than if only a few go back. And so the controversial proposal in Exodus is that those asylum rights for people fleeing conflict zones should actually be time-bound and related to conditions in those conflict countries. When the conflict ends, the rights of residence should taper. Now, it's important that that is done ex ante rather than ex post, because if people come to high-income countries knowing that when the conflict's over they're going to go back, they're more likely to run their lives in a way that makes that manageable. But that is the controversial conclusion of Exodus, that the ultimate development challenge is the rebuilding the post-conflict countries. And for that, their big resource, their sovereign wealth funds, is their human capital out of the country. And at the moment, that human capital is not going back.